Hello and welcome to the Gamers Roundtable. We are the gamers of the Roundtable. I'm LeafX. I don't get a name under me because Hangouts decides that it doesn't like to work properly for me. So you're going to have to just remember that. But I'm LeafX, the host of the show, and today I've got with me one other knight of the Gamers Roundtable. We've got Charles. Hello, Charles.
Hello.
Wonderful to see you today.
It is wonderful to see you today as well. Hello.
And essentially what we do, we usually have a larger cast and we discuss gaming things in the gaming industry. We're going to go over what we've been playing this week, some gaming news, and we usually have another topic. Today we're just going to stick to some gaming news. There's a lot of gameplay out, so I'm going to tell you guys the trailers you need to go and watch. And if you're watching on Google+, that's the best way to watch because you can actually go into the live Q&A, ask us questions, join in on the conversation, and just make the whole experience more interactive for yourself, and it makes it a lot more fun, and it's fun answering questions from you guys. So if you guys want to join us in the future, maybe you missed us one live, you can join us every Wednesday, except for this Wednesday, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. EDT. Today we're a little late starting on that. I think we're hitting around 9 o'clock or something, just because I'm moving, and that's the biggest thing that's happening in my life right now. I am moving. If you look around my place right now, I have no table, so I'm actually sitting on the couch that I'm not taking with me because that's all I have left. I've actually moved my bed and everything into my other apartment, but the internet is here, so I'm going to be here for the rest of the night doing the podcast, playing Destiny, and then once it hits 4 in the morning, I'm going to walk over to my other place and go to bed because there's no internet there. So that's my process, and that's going to be the process for the next week until I get my internet installed at the next one. Thankfully, I've got all my stuff moved a week ahead of the time that I actually be out of here. So it's slightly inconvenient that I got to walk from place to place if I need internet. Yeah, so that's me, and I've been playing a lot of Destiny this week. I finally hit level 20. I'm going up, trying to get much light as I can to move up my levels now. Once you hit the SAFT cap of level 20, you have to get motes of light, and that allows you. So basically, your equipment has light attributes, and that allows you to go past level 20. I think my friend's level 26 now with the amount of light he has, which is difficult. It takes a lot of time. So that's the next step for me. Just waiting for DLC. I'm still finishing the story mode. Actually, I hasn't finished that yet. I was just trying to rank up. I was just farming XP as much as I could and grinding hard. But Destiny is really what I've been playing. I actually should be playing Mario Kart because we have a Mario Kart tournament coming up, which, Charles, I hope you're going to.
When is that?
This Sunday.
I am not doing another thing. I may very well be able to join you.
Beautiful. 2 o'clock sign-ups at McCabe's Irish Pub if you're in the Kitchener-Waterloo area. And at 3 o'clock start time, we're doing Swiss rounds. So you get 4 guaranteed rounds, and it'll be fun. Just Mario Kart 8 items everywhere, destroying things. I feel like the people that win are going to be. It's not going to be anybody we expect to win, just because of the randomness of that game. But speaking of games we've been playing this week, Charles, what have you been playing this week? I heard you just got out of some Dotes.
I've played a grand total of 2 games of Dota this week, and that's it.
And one of them pushed a little past our start time, which worked because we're a little late today.
Yeah. I was streaming. I was streaming today.
Finally.
I streamed.
You pushed that Twitch so hard.
Oh my god! I pushed it so hard, and then I just never did anything with it.
But in the end, it didn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. No, I had a few people stop by my stream. It was nice. Would love for more people to stop by my stream if they ever catch that I'm streaming.
So if you're watching, go stop by his stream. It's if you see it underneath his face right there. Follow him on Twitter as well, Caps Lock, and you can find him C Stove for Charles Stove.
I do tweet out before I stream, so that's a thing.
So get him on. If you don't want to follow him on Twitch, you can at least follow him on Twitter, because that's the thing you're supposed to do on Twitter is you just follow everybody.
Just follow everyone. Just be
follow my Caps Lock.
Grand Stock Master.
Yeah, and that's your new one. What I keep forgetting it, and I want to tweet out, and then I'm like, frick, I don't remember your new You knew
Oh
it
yeah,
count.
you weren't here when I made this big dramatic thing on the show where I'm just like, fuck
I
it, I'm
heard.
changing my fucking gamer handle. It's
I
fucking
heard.
done.
Yeah, I was just wasn't fully indulged into the conversation. But
Uh,
yeah, changed now.
yeah, played my second ranked placement match for solo. Ended up getting somebody in the party who didn't want to play on our team, so he helped the other team. We still won though because the power of teamwork is stronger. I don't know.
Now, no, I mean teamwork is good. But explain to me how someone can help the other team. I don't fully understand. You can't team attack, can you?
No. Fun thing though, you can deny an enemy. You can deny a friendly champion. So if they get below a certain health, you can attack them to try to kill them, so that the enemy doesn't get the golden experience, which is really funny. We
Oh.
tried to do that a couple of times when he was trying to feed gold to the enemy team by just walking into the enemy team and dying.
Oh, so he's just walking into them, getting them kills. I
Yeah, he's
see.
just walking in, getting him kills. For the first, I think, like 4 minutes of the game, he didn't do anything, and then he started stacking our jungle so that their tinker could just gain a lot of experience and gold really fast.
Mhm.
And then later, like at the very end, when he realized that nothing he was doing was actually going to change the momentum of the game for us, because I mean I ended up getting first blood. I was playing a support in a solo lane because fucking idiot was off. I don't know, just being a retard,
Doing
but
his thing.
doing his thing. Should have been in my lane, or I should have had who was it the one that actually sucks, but apparently he's good. I don't know. Some guy does the poison dot thing that just like throws things out. I don't know, shadow something. But I fucking know. So I'm playing a solo lane against a Lina and a Luna, which I should have lost, but you know, experience tells me to not go balls deep against two people who can just wreck me instantly.
Yeah,
Still
that's
managed to
usually.
get first blood on them when one of our teammates finally swung by to help gank, and then ended up getting the first tower. Dazzle's just got really good pushing power. I mean, he does heals, and that's pretty much it. Uh, but eventually, we ended up building momentum, pushing people down. Our team fight was just so much better than their team fight. We would group up and actually just roll people because we could. We started taking a lot of towers, despite the fact that they had a tinker who is typically goes around, pushes lanes all day, and a warlock who can do the exact same thing. And we we had more momentum than them, and eventually we rolled into their base. I already had all of my support items, so I just sustained for I don't know, like 4 minutes in their base while we were just killing them over and over again.
Mhm.
So we ended up winning somehow. But
Hey, that's all that matters in the end. It doesn't matter how you got there, right?
oh yeah, it doesn't
Actually,
really
it's
matter.
even better because I was being a dick and trying to mess you guys up.
Yeah, that guy was like he bought a fucking divine rapier. When you die holding a divine rapier gives you plus 300 damage, which is a fuck ton of damage. But if you die while you hold it, it's dropped and anyone can pick it up.
Okay.
So what his idea was, I'm gonna run right into their base, die so that they can pick up a divine rapier, and then maybe, just maybe, they'll come back. You know, he got it after we had all of their base turrets, but you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
ridiculous. That's interesting. I wonder if he did that just to see. Maybe he was scouting to see if you guys were good, and maybe he'll get a call soon
yeah,
to go up to some esports kind of stuff.
yeah.
You're
I
going to
got
the next international.
yeah. I'm clearly going to the next international. No, I got to rate his behavior in the game, and I got him gave him like the lowest rating possible. I was so happy to
No,
do that.
yeah,
Fucking leave
no
me
kidding. To be
alone for the
satisfied.
entire laning phase. God damn it.
Now, I got a question. A lot of lobbies in games now are starting to separate. I know Grand Theft Auto did it. I'm pretty sure Halo did it. They separate the players, or no, Call of Duty did it. That grief a lot and it caused a lot of, I guess, just griefing. And they put them in basically their bad rooms, the dunce cap rooms, where these bad players now have to play against other bad players or griefing players against griefing players. And
It's
does Dota have anything along those lines as well too?
Yes, they have a low priority queue. So if you're leaving games or you're reported often, you're basically put on some sort of probation. Um, the people that I play with refer to it as jailhouse Dota. Those games are fucking hilarious, by the way, because the people who are playing it are so bad mannered. So what you do is you just roll a 5 stack. So you get 4 of your friends to go play if you're stuck in this sort of league because of an abandon, because of a disconnect or something like that. So if one of your friends has a disconnect, you just get 4 of them, 4 people, 5 people together, and then just jump in, and you could probably completely obliterate them without even trying because they're so bad mannered. They're screaming at each other. They're telling the enemy team to report their team. It's just hilarious. It's a good thing you don't have to play too many games to get out of it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I just wondered if they had something. It makes sense. I mean, it sucks that it can be manipulated in that sense, but it's still good to have consequences for bad behavior like that. Um, Now, I just want to give a shout. I noticed something weird about Hangouts too. Is a lot of times we'll have viewers, and it'll suddenly just drop to 0, and then it'll bump back up to our viewers. I don't know if it like just disconnects or has an issue, um, uh, just showing that number, or if we
The
just
Illuminati are censoring us.
yeah, or if people come in, we have 3 million viewers, and all of a sudden they all drop. We got 3 million new viewers.
Maybe.
Maybe that's how it works.
Who knows?
But for our viewers, just I'm pretty sure that viewer is probably Pi then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, if she would like to join, you can give her the join link there, and she can hop in and join in our conversation.
All right.
It is nice to see that one viewer count though, but um, yeah, you have the join link. Send that to her. We'll get in discussion, but we're gonna get in some news, so hopefully she can join in for that. Um, I don't know about you, but I've got a couple good discussion topics here. As I said, there's a lot of gameplay, so I'm going to share those links in the Showcase app at the side there, so you guys can watch some stuff. I'll go over what good gameplay there is, and I'll do that now while she's potentially joining, and then we'll go over our news topics. So a lot of gameplay and trailers out. We have Final Fantasy 15 gameplay walkthrough. There's an 8-minute video there. I'll be sharing that. We got Silent Hills, the game show 2014 trailer. Now it's a minute, almost 2 minutes, so you can see some more about that. I know the initial, all we had from that was PT, that teaser that came on the PlayStation network there for a bit. We have, I think, Road Redemption. That's actually, you guys. Did you ever play Road Rash?
No.
Oh man, I spent a lot of time in that game when I was a kid. And Road Redemption is basically this this remake. These guys are this small team. There's an early access Steam release trailer now coming out. So that
Good. More early access.
yeah, honestly, this game already looks super fun. So Road Redemption. If anybody here actually ever played Road Rash, this is the game you got to give a check out because they're trying their best to stay true to the roots of the game. So it's pretty sweet. What else do we have here? Final Fantasy Type O HD TGS 2014 trailer. That's why the game show just happened recently, didn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think TGS just happened. So that's why we have a lot of gameplay and not as much news. Bloodborne, we got TGS trailer there as well too. If you want to see more, Borderlands, the pre-sequel. I'm assuming you're interested in that. An introduction by Sir Hammerlock and Torg.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah, it's a 10-minute video there for you, so it's some good content. There's more. We got Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, DD the Wolf Companion trailer, so that's about 4 minutes there. We have a lot of content. You could spend a good couple hours just watching the amount of content that's come out over the past week here. Dragon Ball Xenoverse online gameplay. I'm actually interested to check that out. We got 16 minutes of the new Resident Evil Revelations 2 gameplay as well. Starforge has a release trailer. the Great Ace Attorney TGS 2014 trailer. Yeah, lots of stuff going on here. Those are kind of the top ones. And then there's also other ones as well too, but that's kind of the top trailers you might want to check out. And it looks like I think I always say your name wrong, but Piken.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, just fine. All right. She's joining in, so welcome to the Gamers Roundtable. Thanks for joining. Thanks for always supporting us as well too. It's nice to know someone.
Thank you.
Us.
Welcome.
We appreciate it. It's not overlooked. So hopefully, yeah, you can join in some of the conversation with us. If not, even just you get a front row seat to the conversation this time, so you can listen to Mike breathing. So yeah, either join in. Feel free to join in a conversation. We're gonna get onto some news now. So if you have any news that we don't bring up, feel free to jump in and say. I'll give you an opportunity to shout that out. And Charles, yourself, if you have anything as well too. But one of my first pieces of discussion.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did this come from a game journalist?
Oh yes. Here's the issues. You can't believe anything we're saying. Take everything we say with a grain of salt because #Gamergate. We can't believe anything we can read in game journalist publications anymore.
One of these things is from a Steam community post, so it's got to be believable. It's
okay. You don't know the Illuminati. They own everything.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's probably one of those guys with a Steam account. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. but yeah, there are still believable sources in it. But the thing is, you got to take a lot of it. And it's not. My point last time on the last episode wasn't that. They're censoring, like, the content that you read, you can obviously look at it and be like, okay, that's a bunch of bull crap. Why are they rating this game so good when it's obviously terrible? It's the fact that they have the ability to work as a conglomerate to shut down anybody they don't want getting any press. And that's the biggest issue, I think, coming out of this. You can ruin people's lives. You can ruin someone wants his career as an indie developer to maybe get a spot at a larger developer. Development company, they can't now because these publishers are actively making sure that he doesn't hit the news, and that's the biggest issue. I think I have, at least, with this whole situation and that's arose out of each of these situations right now. So that's where I have issue with it. And I don't really take sides to anything, but I obviously I know there's censorship happening, and I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen the evidence behind it, and that's my issue. I get that sometimes you have to keep information from people to protect people, but it gets to the point where these are just people being greedy, right? And that's the only issue I take with that whole thing. But without getting too further into that, the point is don't believe everything you see, and also just be aware that try to read some of these smaller publishers. Don't just stick straight to your Polygons or your Kotakus or anything like that, because a lot of those guys, a lot of that stuff is suppressing some of the stuff you may want to see. But yeah, communities are a great way, as Charles said there. We got the Steam community. You can trust a lot of the things going on there. It's people posting things. So stick to communities as well. Forums are a great way of getting information because people are going to be truthful about things for the most part. If not, they'll get found out. Try communities if you think you're not getting the information you need. But on to the actual news. The first piece we have is Dying Light coming out. I was super stoked for this, and now I'm slightly upset. And I'm going to two-side this. One, I'm going to rub it in your faces that pre-ordering does have benefits. That pre-ordering the game now, an entire zombie invading mode is going to be restricted to pre-order players only. So basically, there's a mode in the game where you can invade other players' games, kind of like Dark Souls, as a dark zombie or whatever, and cause havoc to them. And you can only do this if you pre-ordered the game. You'll get a pre-order code to be able to have that access. Now, if you haven't pre-ordered the game, you can still be invaded. You just can't invade other people, from what I've read here. And the other side of that is that's kind of bullcrap.
Yeah, it's fucking total bullshit. And here's why. Fuck those people. God fucking damn it. I hate all of this bullshit of pre-order everything because so many people get fucking screwed out of it. Like they once they have all of your money, they have absolutely no obligation to give you a thing. And yes, I have a couple of games that are in early access. True. I am part of the problem, but why is this
Early
continuing?
access.
Why is this practice allowed?
Early
Why do we
access.
allow this?
I'm gonna like actually give you some points here. Early access is a different model. Early access, you're actually getting content immediately.
That's true.
You're allowed to now use the content that's already been created, whereas with a pre-order, you're getting nothing out of it besides maybe bonus content that should have been included probably in the game in the first place. So basically, they make a game. They're like, all right, let's take this thing and make that a pre-order bonus incentive to get pre-sales. Um, and I get what you guys say. Don't pre-order, don't pre-order. There are sometimes reasons you have to because there's only limited amounts. With the PlayStation or with collector's editions. If you don't pre-order it, you're not getting it. And I want those things, so I'm going to pre-order it. And I think I have a valid point on that decision there. But I do get pre-ordering a game for the sake of pre-ordering it. Makes no sense, especially digital copies. But this is just ridiculous that you're having this game mode that they probably had in the game. And they're like, all right, now let's take it out and only let people that pre-order the game access it. And I don't want to hold it against Techland because I don't think it's their fault. A lot of that time it comes down to the publisher that is an issue. It's EA pushing their developers to do these things. It's Activision pushing their developers to do these things. And that's usually come down to because I think with this happened in a Techland game before, but I think it came to be that it was THQ's fault that this kind of it was Ranger mode in I'm brain farting on the game now, but it's stupid how greedy sometimes these publishers can get. They're like, we can get a couple guaranteed sales off the bat, gauge our numbers, gauge our sales, but I think this is going to lose people's sales. Like I'm buying the game, but like. And I've already pre-ordered it, but I mean it's a good thing I did because
You're part of the problem. You right here. You
no,
can't.
but the issue is that, like I'm almost tempted to cancel the pre-order because of this. I like pre-ordering, but I'm almost tempted because that's just pushing it too far.
Yeah.
I will 100% agree. This is pushing it too far now.
Like, fine, give the people who pre-order the game a cosmetic thing. Give them a collectible. Give them whatever. Give them a thing that they can be like, hey, I pre-ordered this game. Do not deny actual gameplay or actual features from people because they didn't pre-order the game. Now, I read into a little bit of this news post here. There's also an exclusive weapon that is available through the pre-order, and it is described as a powerful crowbar with every possible upgrade available.
That's broken.
Yeah.
What?
You get a golden gun for right off the bat.
Yeah, you want to pre-order the game? Here we go. We'll let you win the game, always, because you gave us money early. Here, let me give you access to this thing. Let me effectively give you a cheat mode that is legitimate and okay for you to do because you put money in our pockets before we actually could present the product to you.
And I'm upset with this mostly because Dying Light has such great potential. This game is, I've heard people play it and they said it's fun. It's smooth. The parkour system works really well. It flows really well. It's smooth. And the gameplay, I've always enjoyed the combat system in Dead Island, which is the same combat system that you're getting in Dying Light. It's from Techland. And I enjoyed it. So this was an experience I was looking forward to. The game has great potential, but they're going to fuck themselves by doing this because people are not going to buy it now because of this crap. right? And it's going to make the game sink. The publishers, or sorry, yeah, the publishers are going to be like, oh, it was a terrible game idea, and we're not going to see anything like it again. But it's because the publishers did this in the first place. So they're sinking themselves. And
Yeah, see, the problem here is while we can't be sure who is responsible, be it either Techland
true.
or the publisher, if it is the publisher, they should step up and take responsibility for this. Like,
Well,
somebody should take the blame for this, and right now it's looking like Techland.
It will always be the developers that will take blame for this. Techland, that post was actually a Steam community post, and loud motorcycles, and it was a Steam community post. A guy from Techland came and put in an FAQ, like he was answering questions, and if Techland's going as far to make a community post about it instead of just making like a tweet and then not having to deal with any discussion on it, if they didn't want discussion, they put it on a blog post or something where people couldn't comment. This is a community post where people can comment. People are going to read the comments and be persuaded to the side against them. If it was Techland's decision, I don't think they would have done something like that, unless they're just really stupid. But I think that was something that they had no choice over, and they were just doing the best they could to answer questions and be as clear as they could and transparent as they could.
Yeah, but now they look like the bad guy.
But that's the thing, is I don't look at them as bad guy because that's what I see. I'm seeing that it's probably not their fault because of the things they've done. But that's usually that's the issue with a lot of times. You look at I'm pretty sure Sims. Who makes Sims? Or is it
EA? EA publishes it.
Yeah, but who develops it? Maxis. Thank you. I bet you it wasn't Max's fault for that whole shenanigans. It was probably EA putting a lot of systems. They're just like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this, and Maxis just didn't have the time, or they're pushed to do things they didn't want to do, and that's where a lot of the issues came from. I bet you it wasn't Max's fault at all. And
probably not.
That game was, sorry, SimCity is what I'm talking about, not Sims. Yeah, that's probably where it came from. And the issue is the publishers never come about and be like, oh, we messed up. It's even with EA coming out recently, where they're like, we're going to change our system to be more player oriented. They didn't come out and say we're sorry for what we did. They said we're just going to change some stuff. It's usually the developers that have to suck it up. You look at DICE, they had a lot of great games before, and they, as soon as they got on EA, I think it was, things just started to get wacky and funky, and I'm sure it's not DICE making these silly decisions. They actually, what was it? There was this. They actually made a post where they said we will never make players pay for additional content. And then now look at Battlefield. It's all about the map packs, DLC, season pass. It's. I don't think it was DICE's fault. I think it was the publisher that pushed them to do it, and that's usually the case. Now it could very well be Techland's fault, but I'm gonna go on the side and say it's the developer's fault. Now who?
The publisher.
The publisher. Who publishes Techland stuff now?
Let's see who's publishing Dying Light.
Yeah, that's actually the best way to do it.
Let's get info. Published by Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, okay. So I have a feeling Warner Brothers has something to do with it. No, they're not usually the worst. Usually when you think of stuff, you think of Ubisoft, you think...
Ubisoft for Uplay.
Yeah, you think Activision for money grabbing. You think EA for just pushing broken games. It's because they
Dickery.
want to. Yeah, and I don't know. It could be anybody's, but either way, it's not something cool. It's not cool that it's happening. Now, I don't know if anybody else here was planning on getting it. I probably will still get it, but like, I don't know. It's upsetting.
I was thinking about getting it, but I wasn't. I'm definitely not going to pre-order it now, at least.
Yeah, pick it up later. Well, and here's the thing, though, is now that it's like you're going to get the game, but because they did this and because you're suffering now because you don't want to support something they're doing.
So?
Right, and it's your suffer. Well, it sucks for you. Now you have to suffer not having this game mode because it's something they did because you don't agree with it, and now I mean, the best thing.
I figure if their pre-orders drop because of it, though, it might do something, maybe.
Yeah, but now people aren't gonna want to drop the pre-orders because they're gonna want this game mode. If the only way to get it is to do that, we could all easily say, "Hey, I'm just not gonna pre-order. I'm gonna buy it later. I'm gonna cancel my pre-orders." There's not gonna be enough people to make a difference. There's
Probably
gonna
not.
be people saying,
No, because you're gonna have many more people who are just like exclusive game content. I have to buy it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a marketing decision, and I get why they do it. It's going to get them more sales. They're a business ultimately, but it sucks for the other people. What if you didn't hear about the game till 6 months after it releases? You're like, I want to buy this brand new. I'm not going to buy it used because I want to support the developer. And now you got to miss out. Or maybe it's going to come out as DLC, and now you got to pay extra for something that should have been in the game in the first place.
I think it probably will come out as DLC eventually.
I think it's almost inevitable that happens. But it's a bummer for like someone that wants to support the dev, and now because they didn't hear about it right away, they're missing out.
It's funny to call it as DLC because it's a core integral part of the game, and all it needs is an unlock code.
An unlock code, yeah. Well, that's what someone was saying is in the post is like, so if I look through the game code, you're going to tell me I'm not going to find anything about this mode, and that's understandable if it's actual extra DLC. But if it's already embedded in that game code, that means it's a feature that's already there, and you're taking it out for the people that didn't give you money right away.
That also means you could probably unlock it
on PC. Yeah, but you're not going to be able to do that on console.
Unless sure you can. It's just more work.
But it's just you shouldn't have to work. You're paying the money. The work should already be done, right? But I don't know. I think it's silly. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with that decision in doing this. I'm all wrapped up in wires right now. And I hope other publishers or developers, whatever, don't follow suit with stuff like that to this extreme. No.
Yeah, this is out of hand.
Ridiculous. Listen to us and our first world problems complaining like it's the end of the world.
It is the end of the world.
It is the end of the world.
I guess like the song beginning, right? All right, our next one may come as a shock to some people that have been following it, but Blizzard has had a next-gen MMO that they were coming out with called Titan. It was codenamed Titan, never officially announced. And they've been apparently working on it for 7 years, and it's now been canceled. So if anyone was hoping for that and looking forward to that, not going to happen. It was funny. I'm gonna say it's straight from Mike Morhaime. He's the CEO and co-founder of Blizzard. He says we created World of Warcraft, and we really felt confident that we knew how to make MMOs. Fair statement. I agree with that. I continued to say, so we set out to make the most ambitious thing that you could possibly imagine, and it didn't come together. So as I was saying to Charles before, basically they made the smart decision instead of pulling a Peter Molyneux and putting out a game that didn't match up to what they wanted it to be before, what they said it would be. He flat out said, we didn't find the fun, we didn't find the passion. We talked about how we put it through a reevaluation period, and actually what we reevaluated is that whether the game we really wanted to be making, if this is the game we really wanted to be making, and the answer was no. So basically they came down to it. They wanted to make a next generation of what they've done well. World of Warcraft's still going strong, and they spent 7 years on this, probably a good chunk of money. I mean, they got a lot because of World of Warcraft, but they eventually just scrapped it and said, no, we don't want to do this because they said we're trying to do the right thing and build the right smart product and keep it all moving. The opportunity to get that perspective and dust off a little bit, scrape knees and all, stand back up and reevaluate as a team, as leaders, as a culture, it was a big blessing. Um, so they just said basically we weren't going to be able to deliver something that was going to be good, so they canceled it. And that gives me a lot, quite opposite from what we were just talking about. A lot of respect for Blizzard. That they're able to just throw away the money they had put into it. Say we didn't think you guys are going to like it. We're going to get rid of it. So that's very admirable to me.
Yeah, but now I want to see it.
I know, right? I really hope they release maybe like bits of. Well, I don't know if they should do that because then people are going to be like, "Oh no, I want it." Or
what if Blizzard? What if another development studio is like, hey, what if we want to take a hack at it or see what we can do with it? And Blizzard lets them have a shot at it.
I'll have the license to it. That could work, yeah. I'm sharing the link there in our showcase, so if you're watching, you can actually take a look at this article. There's a lot more I didn't talk about, and them talking about why they scrapped it and all that. So if you want to give it a read, check in the showcase there. It's a nice long article. But yeah, no, it's again admirable to see that. It gives me respect for the company. I don't really play too many Blizzard games. Again, I'm not into WoW. I loved Warcraft 3, loved Diablo 2. I haven't really played anything since those from them. I haven't even played Hearthstone yet at all.
How can you not play Hearthstone? That game's addictive.
I want to play Heroes of the Storm, but isn't that still closed beta?
I'm not sure. It very well could be because I haven't heard anything about it. But I haven't played Hearthstone just because it's not on tablet yet. Once it's out on tablet.
It's on tablet.
It's on tablet.
Yeah.
Apple tablets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm an Android guy.
Yep.
Android master race. Hashtag.
It thing.
What's cool, actually, this is something cool in tech as well, is there's extensions you can get now to run all Android APKs in Chrome. So you can run any Android APK, anything that runs on your Android phone, you can run it on your Chrome. So I can run all my Android apps on my Chromebook now, which is pretty freaking sweet. It just runs in a runtime, obviously, and apparently works really well. And you can actually get there's an app that lets you compile the APKs into a readable APK for Chrome. So you can take literally any app and it translates over to your. Obviously, I'm sure there's going to be issues with like gyroscopes and stuff like that, but for other maybe you have usability apps and stuff, that means we could probably play Ingress on my Chromebook.
Maybe. Does your Chromebook have a GPS?
I'm not sure. I have to look into that.
I'm still free from Ingress.
Not free. You mean you're missing out on the greatest thing you ever could experience.
Charles keeps trying to drag me into Ingress, so.
Well, you came to the wrong crew because I'm going to do the same thing.
I'm still in school. Leave me alone.
That doesn't matter. It's good. That means you can.
2 jobs and school.
You can. What school?
Laurier.
Oh, perfect. Tons of portals down there.
Yeah, they got all sorts of things set up there now.
It's
so barren now. It's so full.
Downtown's looking the same now. Just getting ridiculous. Now for you PC gamers out here, this is kind of cool. Steam reaches 100 million active accounts.
That's good. We need more.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of active people.
Join
us. Imagine if that's console sales. That's ridiculous. Because like if you look at the PS4, they're at what 10 million sales now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously their goal is to have, it's going to be a while before it hits that point though, or even reaches that point. That's insane. So I can see why Valve wanted to get, or Steam wanted to get get those Steam boxes going because they want to get into that console market to get even more people in and onto Steam because they're huge. And you think about that's why they can give away such good deals. Is because digital copies cost nothing to make. If you have 100, you take Call of Duty, and if you can sell that game for $1 to every single active user, well, that's still not as much as they could make it more, but still, you do $10, right? That's a lot of freaking money.
That's $1 billion.
Yeah, so it's that's a lot of money, and that's why they can do so because digital copies don't cost anything to print and press and create, so they can create these insane deals. I never really realized the magnitude of their user base.
It costs very little to ship.
Yeah, like it's zero to be precise.
No, it still costs money. There is bandwidth used.
Oh, bandwidth use, yeah, I guess true. But next to shipping actual physical copies and printing, the cost is going to be a lot less. And you're reaching with this many people. That's why it always blew my mind. I'm like, how are they selling these games for so cheap? They got to be losing money on this. It's just kind of like to bring people in. But no, they could probably still be making a lot of money off this and taking a cut, So it just kind of opened my mind to the magnitude of Steam. And
Brody, how many games do you have on Steam?
A lot, and a lot I don't play. But they got my money. And that's the thing, is digital copies cost them almost nothing. Here's the thing, is I haven't even downloaded it. Therefore, it costs them nothing at this point.
Yeah, exactly. It costs them the credit card transaction fee that they would have to pay.
Fair enough.
I have 153 games on Steam.
You do?
Yes, I have 153 games on Steam. I wonder what the average number of games owned by an active Steam user is, but holy fucking shit, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, that is a lot. I'm actually going to sign in on the web version here and find out. Pagan, do you have Steam?
Yeah, of course I do.
How many games do you have in your list?
Only like 50, not a lot.
It's still a good decent amount. I'm logging in here. I'm going to see how many I have here. I don't know if I'll actually have that much. All right, games. How do I find my actual list? I don't know.
You go to your hover over your name and then click profile.
View profile. All right. I'm a level 5. What does that even mean? Okay, you have me beat. I have 49 games. I have 3.
I earned a showcase slot, by the way. Do you have a showcase slot on yours?
What's that?
It's something that you can just customize your account with based on your level.
No,
oh god, Steam is evil.
Why? Oh.
Buy more games, get more profile slots. Customize your profile.
Except profile slots don't actually affect your gameplay, so.
That's true.
It's pure aesthetics. I don't mind that. Yeah, that's cool. That's interesting that they're that big. PC gaming, is not going anywhere.
Pi, how many games do you have on Steam?
I'm logging in now.
Oh, okay.
Has to update though, because I've been playing other things.
Now, my biggest piece of news here today, to finish off mine, if you guys have anything, we can pipe up after. But my biggest thing, because you guys know how big into VR I am, I actually just about an hour and a half ago, I was playing with a DK2, an Oculus Rift DK2. The difference is huge. It's super awesome. The fact that when you lean forward now, there's no disconnect. You lean forward in-game, you're leaning forward. So it's really freaking cool. I just tried a small demo there. But Oculus Rift has announced a new prototype called Crescent Bay. And now the first thing I noticed when I was using the DK2 today was that as soon as I went out of the camera's reach, I didn't know what was happening at first, and the guy had explained it to me. But like if I turned around and I tried to lean forward, the camera's no longer tracking the infrared lights on the front, so it doesn't know where my head's moving. Well, apparently on this one now, I'm going to share the link here. You can actually take a look at the picture. It's got 360-degree tracking, so no matter which way you're facing, the immersion never gets lost, and you're going to be able to still move around your head in the game. And that was the issue. I actually almost fell over because I turned around and I tried to look forward and it stopped moving. Like it just suddenly stopped halfway through my movement, and I almost fell over because I thought I was supposed to, my body thought it was supposed to stop. So my feet stopped, but my top of my body kept moving, and it tripped me out and almost fell right over. But there's the link there. You guys can go take a look. It's the weirdest screenshot I've ever seen for a link. That's weird. But it looks good. The other cool thing is they're really looking into binaural recording. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically when they record sound, there's two microphones placed where your ears would be. And because the way sound travels, in games, you have to replicate 3D audio to make it sound like it's around you. Whereas with binaural recording, if someone's standing over here and they talk, in game you're going to be able to close your eyes and pinpoint exactly how far away and where they're positioned around you, because the way it's recorded, the sound waves take different lengths of time to get to your ears. So they're going to be using binaural recording, I guess, for their 3D audio with built-in headphones. So now you don't have to wear your big bulky headphones over top of your Oculus Rift. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it's easier to have one device to put on. And anyway, yeah, built-in, so you put it on, the headphones are right there. 360-degree tracking now, which is amazing. But they said this is an early prototype. It's going to have, I guess, 1440 resolution, so even better than 1080p. And it's lighter, apparently, and a lot more comfortable. They improved the ergonomics of it. But they've said straight up it's the latest prototype. But Oculus said this is still incredibly early hardware. There are plenty of technical challenges left to solve for the Oculus Rift, but Crescent Bay is truly the best virtual reality headset we've ever built. The VR also unveiled the Oculus Platform Marketplace, where it will sell games and apps and things to Oculus Rift owners. You'll browse a kind of holodeck-style store, selecting what you want to try and buy, and this apparently the Samsung Oculus VR for phones headset will be able to access apps there as well too.
I think I found Facebook's influence.
What?
The marketplace.
Yeah, exactly. Now there's this company, and I can't even remember their name now. I'm gonna find it right now. This VR company out of Montreal. I think they shared the link with you about a week ago.
Yeah.
Totem. Now the cool thing about Totem that I'm actually kind of excited about, and I think this is going to be adopted by a lot of VR companies, is the fact that they have two cameras on the front, kind of like the Kinect, that creates in-game. The issue is you go to reach for something, you reach your hand up, your hand's not there. What this camera does is it sees your hand and it creates a 3D replication of it in your headset. So when you lift your hand up, it looks like your hand's actually in front of you. Obviously, shooting your pain, but it looks like it's there. We got some feedback.
Got some feedback. Feedback.
I'm going to mute you for a sec until we can get that sorted out. Yeah, what's cool is you look down and your actual physical body, the clothes you're wearing, is there in whatever it is. So I can play Minecraft. I look down and it's my body there. Like, I think that's actually the coolest thing.
Can it do block interpretation of your body though?
That would be kind of cool.
Otherwise, it would ruin the immersion.
That'd be up to the developer, but that'd be cool. If you're walking around in an FPS, you look down, it's your body. that immersion would be unreal. That I'm in this game. Now, obviously, there's still issues coming down to haptic feedback and tactile touch and all that kind of stuff. When you get shot, you don't feel it. And there's vests and stuff for that, but it's until they're embedded in your brain, we're never going to truly solve VR non-immersion. But I think we're making some really cool steps forward, and I really hope the Oculus will take their 360-degree tracking, all that kind of stuff, and mix in a camera like Totem, or at least maybe Totem get bought out. Competition's
Totem gets
good.
bought by Facebook too.
Yeah, competition's
Project
good.
Morpheus gets bought by Facebook.
Yeah, because if you have all these companies innovating on what they think should be the best, all these things are going to become standard things that we need to see in such an early and emerging marketplace. But that competition is key at this point, and I'm glad to see so many companies doing this. I think I want to pick up a Totem just to experience it. So I might purchase one of those. Just because I know a few people with the Oculus Rift, that it's not going to be an issue for me to try that. But I wanted to ask you, Pi, if you can get your mic working there.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
How into VR are you? Have you tried a VR headset yet? Are you interested at all? Is this something that intrigues you? Do you not care? What are your thoughts on VR?
I'm so excited for it, but I've never tried it out.
Right now, if you're in the KW region, you can go to McCabe's Irish Pub. I've snatched up Nerd Night. They're actually demoing so once a month on the fourth Wednesday of every month they have Nerd Night. I don't know what the entry fee is, but they do nerds will go up, have speeches, kind of like TED Talks about what they do, nerd stuff, and they have a Oculus Rift Dev Kit 2 there to just go up and try out. So they're there right now. I'm actually going to go meet them right after this podcast, see how things went, and maybe play with the Oculus Rift some more. But yeah, it's if you're in the area, go check that out. Nerd Night is something you want to check out. You can give it a try there. Honestly, you can be so excited for it, and I was. And until I tried it, you're like, I'm so excited. I'm 100% excited for this. And then when you try it, you're 200% excited for it. It changes. You can try to understand how it's going to work. Yeah, I'm going to be looking at a screen in 3D and just looking around. No, you're in the world. And when you're playing Minecraft, man, and I can imagine with the Dev Kit 2 how much more intense it's going to be. And I'm super excited for the future of VR and for some consumer-ready versions to come out in the next couple of years. I'm
partially
hoping.
just worried about my vertigo.
Vertigo is going to be experienced if you're at the top. It's funny because the demo they were showing, you're on a bunch of chairs stacked up above mountains, and you're looking down off these chairs. So it does definitely give you a sense of height. Not in the same. So I do get vertigo when I climb actual things, but that's because I feel the wind. I know physically I could fall off this and die. That you're going to be okay, and that sense of security gets rid of the vertigo. But if you have motion sickness, you're definitely going to feel that kind of stuff. I know when I was doing like that car demo where you did a loop-de-loop and you fall down and you look down.
I almost did that loop. I almost did it.
Close. But yeah, no, I definitely felt my stomach moving on that. So that again, that's why those are the issues they're working on with all these different companies. That's why we don't have Project Morpheus out yet. That's why we don't have a consumer version of the Oculus Rift or Press and Pay. And it's weird that they changed the name of it too. But yeah, it's why we don't have that, is because there's a lot of immersion things that they need to fix. So they're not having sick consumers. They don't want to release a product that makes regular people sick because the technology is not going to be accepted then.
Yeah, like that. What was it? 45 hertz video in for a Lord of the Rings movie somewhere, or no, it was a Hobbit movie. Yeah, where like everyone was sick after they watched it or during watching it.
My issue with it was it just looked too weird. It felt like everything was moving too fast because you could see every frame going by. It was just recorded. Most movies are recorded at 24 frames per second, or recorded higher than downscale. But the issue is they framed it, I think, at 42 or 45 frames per second, which is what TV shows are framed at, and that's filmed at, and that's why TV films look like you can be like, oh, that's a soap opera, not that's a movie, and that's the difference. And they filmed it at what a soap opera would be filmed at, and that's where the weirdness came from. That's why it looks so crisp too. But yeah, it's the same idea. There's this immersion disconnect, between like my body thinks this should be happening to it, but it doesn't feel that happening to it, and it can cause motion sickness for sure. I don't get motion sickness, and I experienced it a little bit, but I got over it. I eventually got used to it, and my body got accustomed to it. I think it's the same way that you look at a roller coaster. The first roller coaster you ride for the day is going to be the best one because you haven't had that adrenaline boost. Throughout the day, you become accustomed to it. Your body adjusts to what it's experiencing.
I hate roller coasters.
I hate fun.
So I think it's the same thing that it's going to come down to is that it's going to take a little bit of getting used to some people, but hopefully they can get immersion techniques that's not going to you're not going to have to get used to it. It's just going to be working right away.
I do have medication to reduce my vertigo because I actually do suffer from it.
Yeah.
So I can probably take that if worst comes to worst.
If it does cause issues, yeah. But I think
maybe they can develop a pill set for buy the Oculus Rift and you get a prescription or something to some motion sickness medication. It just comes with three free refills.
Most expensive drugs ever. And that'd be funny though, yeah, if they included that. That'd be quite the selling point. You gotta buy motion sickness medication to be able to use their product.
There'd be some people that would buy it just because of that.
It's just oh man,
yeah.
it comes with pills. I like medication.
Yeah, fair enough.
Drugs are good, right? Right?
Yeah, no, I plan on buying one of those totems, and hope they get shipped out soon because I'm really interested to see how that 3D sensor can put your hand into the game and into the VR headset, because that's something I'm super excited about. Now I got a question. We got some viewers here. If you're joining the Q&A, let me know what you guys are excited to see in the future of virtual reality headsets, and if you're excited for it, or if you hate it, or if you've tried it before, because I'm interested to see your thoughts on that. So if you're on YouTube, just put it in the comments there. What if you're still excited? We've had the Oculus Rift around for about a year now, and more companies are coming out with their headsets. I think we got a lot in store for us. It's cool. I think everyone needs to try it. So yeah, if I get a hold of one of those, I'll have people over to try that one out.
If you can get your boy to bring their Oculus Rift dev kit too.
Yeah, that'd be tight too. So we have both of them, test them both out. But the DK2, man, yeah. If after this, run down to McCabe's Irish Pub and get your hands on that DK2, and give it a try because it's super awesome.
I wish I could, but I'm at home right now and I live in Fergus.
Okay. Yeah.
Fergus.
A little bit off. But yeah, no, it's sweet. If you can come around for a nerd night sometime, I suggest it, and just hang out for the night and nerd it up. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what there is in the future. But that's the Crescent Bay. That's their newest iteration into VR. Super exciting. Can't wait to see more on what they want to do in the future with that too. I think they're going to be pumping out a lot of prototypes now, just because of the amount of funding they have behind them.
They have monies.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for my end of news. Now, I don't know if you guys had anything else before we signed off here. Is there anything in the news that happened this week that you guys want to bring up?
Monster Hunter 4 has some released gameplay since it got released in Japan, and I'm excited because Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate has a North American confirmed release.
Now, I know Monster Hunter isn't one of the crazy games, but I forgot you're the one that likes all the crazy things.
I like a lot of crazy things.
All the games that none of us have ever played.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Heard of. To an extent.
Always putting us to shame.
Yeah, no. Is there a release date for Monster Hunter?
It just says early 2015 right now.
Of course, 2015.
Yeah.
Everything's 2015.
Everything is 2015.
Except for everything Charles picked out.
Yeah. Trying to make a list, and they couldn't even get one.
Try to pick a list of things that are releasing in 2015. Picks a list of things that are releasing in 2014.
That's Charles' luck right there.
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to get them all pushed back to 2015 by making that list.
Oh yeah, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully they didn't realize, like, oh crap, did we say we're releasing it in 2014?
Oh no! Release date is in 3 weeks. We better change it to 2015.
We didn't even realize. Crap. That'd be great. I expect them all to get pushed though. It'll happen inevitably.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, that's it. I've never actually played a Monster Hunter game myself. I've seen people play, and it doesn't look like my kind of thing. It looks like it'll be fun, but just not.
You need a group of people, and unfortunately, I can't get my hands on a group of people.
I've never found it fun to watch either.
Yeah, and maybe that's the thing is I've always watched it, and I'm just like, it doesn't look like my thing.
Like all the satisfaction of that game comes from finally beating something that you struggled with for the past couple of weeks, and then you have that satisfaction of finally beating it, and then the game just beats you into the ground again with the next monster. It's fine.
Well, have you, Brody? Have you ever done any raids in an MMO or something like that? Like
Destiny, I have
yeah, it's like that, but all the time.
all the time. That get annoying.
That's pretty much what you do, and you hope for the right drop, and if you don't get the right drop, guess what? You're doing it again.
And plates never drop.
Yep, never.
Yeah, because that was tough. I actually didn't realize I was doing a raid when I started it. And
How wrecked did you get? I forget a bit of this story. Did you guys win or?
we did after multiple deaths. We had to get to the end, and we got to the end, and we tried to walk through this door, and like 20 wraiths just come at us, and there's this big thing in chains. I'm like, what the frick are we getting ourselves into right now? And then we just got demolished. So we had to start back again and go into it, and we died so many times. We actually got ourselves trapped in a room on the raid I was on, and there was a doorway, and they all just kept at the doorway. We were killing them, but they kept spawning and spawning. So I eventually just Leroy Jenkins it, and I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going through. It was playing with random people. It just joined me up with random dudes, and so I just Leroy Jenkins it into the room, died instantly, and then
sounds about right.
Eventually we all went in at the same time and spread out. So then we were able to get to the other side.
The strategy of going in one at a time in a Congo line doesn't work? Really?
No.
Tell me more about your team play strategies.
Well, that was my first raid ever in any MMO. So I'm the one that finally figured it out that we need to go in. So at the same time, I was the guy that said, let's go in there. Because we were sitting in a room and there was just all splash damage everywhere. We were just getting wrecked. So we ran in and we were to spread out and actually use our abilities. I think we're all warlocks though, so the issue is we're all just DOT, so we're just slowly chipping away, but like.
Well, you know the old adage about healers. You don't need any if you're doing enough damage.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Don't get me kicked out of raids, please.
Well, the trick is you usually can't.
Yeah. So the issue is we didn't have any tanks. So I forgot. One of them was a hunter, I think. So it's all about agility. But health's not as great. A lot of damage. But they just kept dying. So what I have to do is I have to keep just throwing down my voidwalkers and stuff and dealing damage and just running away.
Yeah, you gotta kite them.
So that they could respawn. because it's a huge respawn time when you die in a no respawn zone, and if you all die, you all have to start way back at the beginning. Um, so I would have to just get some DLT going on, and just run away and just keep running in circles until those guys came back
Did you
alive.
guys just have a designated puller to like pull the ads while you fought the actual main boss?
Well, that's what I think inadvertently we did, because what I would do is I would let them get themselves in trouble, and then I would just start attacking the boss, and then they would deal with all the little guys that were around. And I don't think they realized what I was doing, because they just kept dying, but I just kept kind of using them as bait. So
Yeah,
I would
Don't
water.
stand in the fire.
I would draw people to us and then run away, and then they would start fighting them, and then I would deal damage to the boss. Fogoth was his name. Just keep dealing damage to Fogoth, and they just kept dying. So I would just keep running, let them respawn, get near them again, draw people to us, and then run away from them again. And that seemed to work for the most part. So just kind of used them as bait. And the greatest moment about the whole thing, my very first raid, we all just started dancing at the end. It's just as soon as the guy we got him killed, we all just broke out into dances. So that was super fun.
Rating's fun.
But yeah, it was nice because it was. I think the best thing about it was I had no idea that it was going to be a raid. Well, motorcycles. And all of a sudden, there's big things here. So half an hour later, I didn't realize raids took so freaking long.
Oh yeah.
It was that was half an hour added on to the half hour it already took us to get to that point. And
I've had 4-hour raids. It's
that's
nothing.
insane. Like you're just fighting for this entire time.
Mhm.
And the thing is, like, if you die near the end of it, you got to do the whole thing again.
You've never heard somebody tell you that they can't do anything because it's raid night?
Maybe once, but I just never really took it into consideration.
Yeah, sometimes they can go for a very long time.
Well, now I understand because I don't know how other games work. But again, in this one, if you die with maybe he's got 10 damage left on it that you need to deal, one shot's gonna kill him, and there's one little minion that you didn't realize, and he just shoots you because you're flashing your health, and you're low health, and all of a sudden you die. You just spent 30, 45 minutes on it. You got to respawn and do the entire thing again.
Do it again.
Yeah.
A lot of raids that I've done tend to have quite a few bosses, like 4 or 5. And each time you kill a boss, you don't have to kill that boss again, but you still have to go through the entire raid to get back to the next boss.
Okay, so the way it works in Destiny is that you have your checkpoints, and now before raids and even on regular missions, you'll have some missions you actually just start in no respawn mode. It's the darkness zone, and the idea is that you can die as much as you want, respawn within 5 seconds in any levels, but as soon as you enter a darkness zone, there's no respawning allowed. So if you have a fire, and so if you're in this world and you go into darkness zone, you disappear from everyone else that's in that instance, unless they're in your fire team. So if they're in your fire team, they come into that darkness zone with you, and if you die, you have a 30-second respawn time, and if your teammates can stay alive that long, you'll respawn, or they can come over and revive you. But usually, if you're dead, the enemies also have this likeness to chase you. You got your craziness going on again there. Usually they have this ability to, or this likeness to go towards your dead body and just kind of hang around it. So respawning your teammates is very difficult. So there's these respawn darkness zones that if your entire fire team dies, you got to respawn to the beginning of the darkness zone. So you don't have to go back to the beginning of the entire story or the point before the darkness zone. You just have to respawn at the beginning of the darkness zone. So if you die 5 seconds in, you only lost 5 seconds. It's not like you lost the whole 30 minutes you did before getting to that point. So it's just you respawn at the beginning of the darkness zones. is basically it.
Okay.
Which is just like, yeah, I think it's fair enough. It's just it sucks if you put half hour into a darkness zone and you die, you gotta start right up again. Your headset is shorting. That's probably not good. Pi's got an issue with her headset right now. I guess it's shorting out and shocking her. You might not want to be using that anymore if that's your issue.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
I guess how much power is actually going through those headsets anyways, right?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah. You'll be good.
Enough to tingle.
You'll be good. It's a nice head massage.
It felt like a buzz on my ear. That's all.
That's weird. Now, what headset is that you're using?
It's one that my friend gave me when we were raiding together because I didn't have a headset and I was healer, so it was kind of necessary. So I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's weird because it doesn't go over the top of your head there, does it?
No, it goes behind. It's under my hair though.
Yeah, we've got some Siberia V2s here.
You need to step your game up and join the Siberia crew.
I get paid tomorrow, so maybe.
Siberia V2 crew.
Yep.
Charles is cooler though. His glows. Charles, model your headset for us. There we go. Look at that.
Ooh, so pretty.
Mine are just simple and black.
That's because yours aren't USB.
Oh, that's the issue, eh? Because there's no power being sent.
Yep.
Yeah, but here's the trade-off though.
You get an extra USB port.
I got an extra USB port, and I can just take my headset and plug it into anything else.
Yeah.
I can plug my headset into. I use it for my PlayStation 4 controller. Plug it into it. Got my headset working on that.
I've got like 3 other pairs of headphones, so it's fine.
Yeah. There's no audio for that, but I just use the PlayStation camera, so that works out for me. But yeah, anyways, that's raiding. I actually think I might go do some raids. My throat's kind of hurting. Think I need another brewski in there. Probably eat food because that's something I haven't done in a while today. And then I can do some more raids on Destiny because you guys got me in the mood for that. But if there's no other news, oh, Manny, we got Manny watching us. Hello, Manny. We missed you, Manny.
Manny, welcome.
Manny's joined in watching the conversation here. We got to get Manny back on. I didn't know if I know Manny's been a busy guy, so he's been off the last quite a few episodes. I'm sure people have noticed, but we miss you, Manny. We want you back if you can ever come back to us. But Manny wants to know. That's weird. I've never seen it done like that. Manny would like to know how much you paid for those. I paid, I think it was $100 for this, for sure, or $75 or something. After shipping, it came to $100. Charles, how much did you pay for your V2s?
Mine was $120.
$120. Yeah, I think total of mine was $105. But that's because I'm not USB, so I don't get the cool glowing effect. So I guess the $20 is the extra glowing effect that you're getting out of it.
Yeah, maybe. I also got a USB extension. It's around here.
Yeah, mine came with the extension, but the thing is, with mine is I have 2 separate wires I gotta plug in, so it's not one thing I'm plugging in.
Mm-hmm.
And you can plug that into any other computer as well too. If there's no audio jack on a computer, I'm out of luck. Which usually there's at least a headphone jack. But the issue is there's no mic.
And
yeah. So man, it all depends on that. Yeah. Oh shoot, I didn't even think of that because we got started late today, Manny. I guess Manny said if we need bodies, he can join in. Now we started late today because I'm moving. If you didn't see that part of it, I'm moving, so we started about 2 hours late today. So I'm like, okay, we need to get this started up. Didn't even think about it. So we should be able to get you in next week then. If you have some news, if you want to join in, let me know right now for the last bit. Otherwise, we're going to be signing off because I'm out in my news here. And again, I had to rush things together today to get things together. Just because, as you can tell, I'm not even in my chair anymore because I don't have a chair. I don't have a desk.
He gave it away to charity. Charity.
Ha ha. Very punny. Very punny to charity.
Are
Um,
you slain? I hope so.
um, I'm going to give Manny time to just give a comment if he's got some news to throw it up, or let him know if he wants to come in. But I'm going to just promote out your social networks so people can follow our cast today. If you want to see Charles finally stream, because I guess he's finally streaming, on Twitch, he plays some Dotes, and he apparently is a pretty good tank from what I've heard.
Support.
Support. There we go. He's apparently pretty good. So if you want to go follow him and watch him play, you can go to twitch.tv/cstove, and you're going to be able to watch him play some Dota 2 on there. And on Twitter, you can follow him and listen to the things he has to say on his new Twitter account.
It's the same Twitter account. It just changed the handle.
Wait, can you actually do that?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Shows how out of touch with social media I am. Wait, so I can have a bunch of people follow me.
And then change your name, yeah.
Well, I know you can change your name, but can you change the actual handle?
Yeah, they're still following you.
So I can make it so people are just following, like, Big Fat Dick.
Yep.
Out of nowhere.
If you really wanted to. I'm sure that would go well for your followership, though.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh, you could troll people so hard.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, that's amazing.
Looking forward to it someday.
And you can follow Pi at I have a terrible headset on Twitter.
Apparently.
If you want to shout out your Twitter handle there for us.
I don't twit, so.
Okay, you don't twit. How about any other social media? You have a Twitch.
Not that I use currently, but it would be Levicta.
You want people to go to hear more about the things you have to say or see the things you do.
No, I don't do that.
I stay far away from society as I can.
Exactly. I'm busy playing games.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to use that as my excuse now. It's brilliant.
So it looks like we'll be able to sign off because Manny has said that his browser actually died out on him there. That tends to happen with Hangouts. They got to fix some of that. So I'm going to ask him here if he's got anything left. We are going to sign off then. I tell him. We're out of news. Yeah, so if you want to follow me, again, my browser doesn't like to work for me, and Hangouts doesn't like to give me a little name tag below. Charles is the only one with that privilege. But you can follow me. Yeah, follow me on Twitter at LeafX. That's LIEFX. On anything else, I think Twitch I'm LeafXX because Dingleberry took my single X from me. On anything else, Facebook, whatever, to Playfire, everything, I'm LeafX. Just Google it and you'll find everything about me, and you'll find out where I live, what I like to eat, all that kind of stuff. And LeafX. And you can go to Gamers Roundtable Show on YouTube, youtube.com/Gamers Roundtable Show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. And join the Q&A next time so you can talk with us and join in the conversation. I think we're going to get Manny on next week. He says if we don't have enough bodies, he'll be happy to join us and get back talking with us. It'll be nice to have him back. And you can join in, ask us questions, join the conversations. Always good to have more people talking about things because we can cover more things. But come back to us for the news. We'll always do a recap every week at 7 p.m. EDT on the Gamers Roundtable here. +1 us and circle us on Google+, so you can see any posts we make there. But again, thanks everyone for coming out. Hopefully you can join in the conversation next week. And as always, keep gaming hard. And you know what? This is when Manny would be doing a beautiful quip. Could have been there.
Could have been there.